Bloop. So we're recording, and we are going to start this exam two practice assignment. So this is, I would say this is the best way to study is to go through this one at least twice and just look at it. You know, some of these you might say, "All right, I got it. I don't have to do that one twice," but at least you can see if there's a randomization or something. Okay. Note that we have 40 questions, but you only have 20 on your exam. So basically, they're paired. So if we see two of the same things, then it's basically like, yeah, you're definitely going to get one of those. At least that's the concept. So let's, I guess, start figuring it out. And I'm just going to do what I can do. Let me get rid of this here. And that probably, we're not going to do that today. So, golf balls selected from a bag. We got this many, that many. It says, what's the probability of a yellow or a brown one? So I got 6 yellows. I got 2 brown ones. So total there would be, yes, 8. And then I'm going to do 8 divided by my total. Hello, again. Uh, divided by my total. And there we go. Shroop, shroop. Let me get rid of this bar at the top right quick. All right, there we go. All right, so yeah, we have 8 on the top, and then the bottom we got, let me just find what it's going to be. 6, 2, 11, so we got 19. So 8 out of 19, and they say 3 decimals. 4, 2, 1. Hello, hello, how are y'all doing? Doing well, it's good to see y'all. I'm going to check answer, and we got it, so that's cool. Okay, awesome. If y'all have questions along the way, you tell me, okay? Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of keep cruising, okay? Does it make sense? Keep cruising. Here we go. So we got card questions. What's the probability of a club or a spade? Aren't those suits? Those are suits, aren't they? So we got 2 suits out of 4 suits. Wouldn't that just be a half? And then we got 3 suits out of 4 total suits, 75%. And then queens are a little different. So I have 4 queens, and I have spades, but like there's a queen of spades, so I don't want to select them again. So essentially, it's kind of like I got 13 in the suit, and then I have 3 additional queens that I need to include. So that would be 16 out of the 52, and they say they want decimals. So if you want to like jot down on your blue book, like after you start all the different cards, you know what I mean? That's one way to do it. But I mean, for just this one question, I just wanted to like boop, recool. Okay, so now you know that it's on there. Let's keep cruising. Hey, we already did golf balls, and hello. So yeah, golf ball is not type A. So not type A. That would be the B's and the C's. 6 plus 7. So we got 13. I got my total. So 13 out of 22. If y'all have questions, you tell me. Otherwise, I'm feeling like this isn't too bad. Yeah? Go ahead. Sure. So it says not a type A. So that would be my type B's and my type C's. So that's what I just did. I said, what are those? And then I said, what's my total? Cool? Cool. Okay. Keep cruising. Okay. Awesome. That was my selected was right here. I added the 9 only for the total. Yeah, selected over total kind of thing. Very good, very good. So they give me a table here. I don't think I'm going to use StatCrunch for this kind of thing because we're just going to say selected over total. So it says died from cancer at all. So I would say all of these right here. They never said anything about the smoking stuff. So I'm just going to find out how many we have there. 802, 72, 116. And then my total would be like everybody, right? I'm just going to start adding them all up. 117, 316, 42, 9700. So then I think that this is what they're wanting, and we're going to go and check it here. So do you see how I like found my grand total essentially, like everybody? And then they said just died from cancer. So that would be 007. Now, what I'm going to do real quick, I know this is not the answer. I'm putting zeros in just so I can check to see if I'm right. And see how I got something right already? So that means that this one's good. So that's a good understanding. So now it says current cigar smoker right here. But see, it's not just this one, it's also these guys, right? So then my selected's changed a little bit. 116 9700. Change my number at the top. Let's try that guy. 0.7073. I'm on the practice exam for number 2. Exam 2. Yep. And we're on question number 4. So diaphragm cancer and current smoker. Again, I'm just going back to the table. Current smoker, diaphragm cancer, that would be the 116. Are we cool with what the style is, though? Like you're adding up, finding your selected and all that stuff. Find your grand total. Cool? If you got questions, you let me know. Otherwise, I'm like, because I want to see what else is out there. 10% of the population of a large country is nervous about strangers. 2 people are selected at random. What's the probability of at least one of them that way? So I have to think of it kind of differently. In fact, what I'm going to do, I think, is going to like draw a little picture, if that's okay. Shroop. Let's do this. Draw this guy here. Okay. And we want this thing. Go back to the practice exam. There you go. Okay, so I got 10% of anybody. And they're saying 2 people are selected. What's the probability of both being nervous? So I've got somebody who's nervous, and I got somebody who's nervous. Nervous people with their hands in the air, I guess. So that would be, what, 10%? And another 10%? But then I used the word and in there. And what does and mean again? Not add. Multiply, yep. And means to multiply or means to add, yeah? So I would just multiply those. So yeah, let's do that. Desmos and 0.10 times 0.10. Oh. There we go. So 1% basically. Let's try that out. And again, I'm going to put a 0 here just for a second so I can check it. Yeah, so we're good. That's good. And so it says at least one person is nervous. So that could be both people are nervous. It could be that the first person is nervous and the other person's fine. Or it could be the first person is fine and then the second person's nervous. So wouldn't that be a 10 and a 10? But what's the opposite of that? Would be a 90. And so I'm saying this one and this one, this one and this one, this one and this one. And then I'm going to say this one or that or this. So like basically a whole bunch of pluses. Now that's a little bit more complicated because I'm trying to think of all the different possibilities. But what I could do, it says what's the opposite of at least one would be none. So I could say the opposite of none. I don't know if you want to go down that road. I'm okay with that. So like what would it look like for the probability of none? Both people are not nervous. So I would have like a 90 and a 90. Yeah, that would be like both people are not nervous. But that's not going to be the answer. It's going to be the opposite of the answer. So I don't know how you want to approach this. If you like this. So we got 81. But again, that's none. We want the probability of at least one. And so we can do the opposite of this to do, I think it's 19 would be the opposite. Oh, I typed it in 19. There you go. 19. Let me try this out, and then I can re-explain it right quick, because this one is a little bit weird. 19, check it. All right, we're good. So this is one concept, is that you can say the opposite of none, right? We got none, and you say the opposite. Or you can go back and try to do all 3 of them at once. So nervous, 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 not nervous, not nervous, nervous. And then you add them all up finally. Yeah, you don't like that? I don't like that either then. So yeah, opposite of none. That's the quicker way. So in a way, like, is this question a possibility on your exam? And the answer is yes. So when I see it on my exam, right, now I know what to do. That's kind of the point of the reviews, right? I'm just saying, hey, I think I've seen this, so I know what to do on part B. Okay. Hello. So we got a lot here. Probability of a stink bug? Live to 6 years old? I don't know. That's pretty interesting, but we got a test to do, so we can't be thinking about it all the time. Probability of 2 randomly selected 5-year-old stink bugs living to this much old. I think, again, that's the same kind of problem that we just had a second ago. I'm going to say that the first one lives and the second one lives. Like, that's how I see this problem, at least. Same style. 96172. 96172. Write it down. Let's check it out. It says 5 decimals? Are you serious? Are you serious? Look, I have to do 5 decimals? Hey, what if you put 4 decimals? What do you think would happen? They would say you're wrong. What would Chad say? Yeah, I would give you points. Oh, yeah. Let me just check this right quick. So there's apparently these are probably right, and that one's definitely right. So yeah, let's figure out these last two here. So it says probability that 7 of them. So, like, okay, I'm going to get it. It's going to take a while if I'm going to start multiplying 7 of these guys, right? Isn't there a quicker way? We could try that. I think there's like a new tool, though. There's a power. Couldn't I do a power like that? Because then that would take care of 7 of them in a row. And so that's kind of what I was thinking that they're going with here. So you just put a power on it. 76092. Again, they're wanting 5 decimals, so 76092. Check it. We're good. We're getting better, so that's good. It says, what's the probability of at least 1? Again, that's going to be the opposite of none. And so what I would say is just the opposite. Oh, okay. Whoa. Oh, look. Oh my goodness. Do you see it? Look, watch this. At least 1 will not live. Isn't that weird? See how it's like the opposite of the opposite kind of thing? To me, that's just really weird. So at least 1 that will not be this much. So that the opposite of that would be none of them that do live to that. And what I'm guessing is going to happen is that it's 1 minus this guy. I'm just going to guess this. I don't know if this is actually going to work, but I want to try it. Let me put it in the calculator. 76092. Hello. 23908. Let's try this. I want to see what happens. And if it does or doesn't, that's why we're on the practice. We're just testing things out. We got it. Okay, so here's the thing. I've seen the stink bug problem, yeah? And on part C, it's got like this double negative kind of thing. At least 1 will not live. So all I'm going to have to do in the case is 1 minus what I had above. See, all I did was the opposite of this guy. You kind of feeling me on that? Right? Okay. And then I guess the bottom is no and greater than, so there you go. I'm going to keep cruising unless you got a question. Okay. Cool. Do they have a picture? Oh, they got a picture of all the cards. Look. Oh, that's so cool. So, like, remember that other card question? You might be able to go to this one, click on it, and then you can use it for the other question, if that makes sense, right? So that's neat that they have that. Anyways, it says, what's the probability of the first card being a queen and the second card is a queen without replacement? So, like, okay, let's start over on this. Let me get a new one here. Draw. This guy. Okay. So the first one's a queen, and then I take it and I put it in my pocket, and then pick a card, any card. It's a little different now, right? See, queens, I had 4 queens out of 52, but how many queens do I have left now? I put 1 in my pocket. What do I have left? 3 out of 51. Very good. And I want a queen, and I want another one. You see that and right there? So and means the what again? Bam. Let's try it out. Yep, 4 over 52, 3 over 51. Say that again? Oh, you're good. You're good. 0.045. Oh, 3 decimals. 3 decimals. Okay. Again, I'm just going to put a 0 to check it. Yep, we're good so far. Yep. Okay, cool. But then it says that it's done with replacement. So pick a card, any card, you pull a queen, and then you put it back in the deck. Pick a card, any card. So I know originally I had 4/52, but if I put the queen back, what do I have now? I put the queen back. What do I have now? 4/52 again, right? So that's what I'm going to do here. I don't think we're going to use that today. I'm going to write that part down. 005917. 3 decimals. 006. And we're good. There it is. Cool? Okay. I'm going to keep cruising. You got to tell me to stop if you want me to stop. Suppose there's 26.8%. An additional this much age person is female. Given. The given one. Okay. So the given part, we're going to have to do that. So what's the probability of and? Let's do a little formula. So if I remember it, it's and is equal to my given times the probability, I believe. I'm going to just triple check on that, okay? So my probability, times my given. I don't know. Let's try this out. I want to see if this works. So what I'm going to do is multiply these two together and see what happens. And I might be wrong. I don't know. I just can't remember the formula without pulling it up. But remember how y'all got a note card to be able to write whatever you want on there? This is one of those kind of things, like if you remember, like, oh, wow, this is a good formula, or this actually works. And you don't have to keep thinking about it. You just do it, you know? So 0.268279. Okay, let's try it. 3 decimals, 0.75. And I'm going to say, no, we got it. There it is. So this formula works. When it says and, what do you always do with and again? What is that symbol right there supposed to be? Multiply. It's a weird multiply, but there you go. So and means to multiply. There it is. Again. Cool, right? Again, how are we looking at it? It says right here and. But it didn't say that up here. It just said blah, 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 blah for this type of person, blah, 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 given. But the first time it said and was right here. Cool? Now, about unusual or not unusual, is that less than 5%? 7%, so it's not less than 5%, right? So unusual is, again, 5% or less. And, I mean, maybe you want to write that down. I memorized that one, but maybe you want to write it. I don't know. Unusual is 5% or less. Your call. Keep cruising. Past semester, blah, 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 blah. We have all these different people. And, we got 2 people with the same start of their name, A and A. So that'll be interesting. Suppose the professor selects 2 people at random. What's the probability of Jim chosen to go to the board and Dave is second? Okay. So I have all these other people. I'm going to go A-N, D, P, J, and then A-L. And they want a J first, then a D. So what's the probability of selecting a J at all this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there are 6 total. So, and how many J's? The 1. So 1 out of 6. Cool so far, right? Now he gets out of the way. He's going to hang out in the other room. And then I need a D. How many D's do we got? 1 out of what? Out of 5 now because my J left. Yep. And there's a key word. It's and then. Did they see how they use and? Multiply. Yep. I think that's going to do it. I don't know if they want decimals or not. Well, let's see. Hello. So 0.0333. They want decimals. Oh, simplified fraction. Look at that. Hey, what if you put this on your exam? Yeah, I will give it to you exactly. That's correct. They do 1/30th. You're right. 1/30th. You're right. Um, there we go. But yeah, I'm going to be checking for that kind of stuff. That's my job. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure you're not robbed of points because of my math lab. We just saw this one, or at least something very similar. Probability of this smokers and I know that it's like a big word here, but I think the and is what we're looking for. I'm going to take these two and multiply them once again. So 114. Yep, 294. Very good. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. It it is the same. The PDF is the same. It's the only problem is that it's one randomization and that's all you got. So if you want more, practice, I would actually recommend doing it the My Math Lab way. But that is a very convenient way to do it for sure. 3, 4, and is that less than 5%? Yes, it is this time. There we go. We got it. Cool. What number are we on? 10? That's not too bad. Got plenty of time. Let's keep cruising. So what's the probability randomly selected this given that made in our country? Okay. So, hello. So it says 45 to 54. If you look at I just want to look at it more. Can I just like zoom in? I can't zoom in. 45 to 54. And it says given that they're neither more or less likely. So we're talking these people right here. Literally right there, the 164. Okay? And it says what's the grand total then? Those are my selected right there. So what's my grand total? Yeah, the 2207. Very good. That's right. So yeah, let's try that out. 164 over the 2207. Let's try it out. And again, this is practice. It's okay to get it wrong and say like, "Well, what are you looking for?" You know what I mean? I don't know if I'll get it wrong or not, but I want to try. Got to try something. So 074. Again, a quick way to do this. Oh well, okay. What you can do, you hit submit, and it just tells you the answers. So, but I wanted to not give it away. I'm just clicking things randomly, and given that they're neither this and that, or no, here, given that the individual is 45 or whatever, I'm literally like covering everything else up. On my monitor in the math lab, when you're taking a test, you get a number 2 pencil and you start, and then you're looking at only this guy. Is that cool? And then you got the eraser part that you didn't bite. And then you yeah? In a way, I'm trying to say, like, I really don't want to look at anything else. I just want to look at that column. I just want to look at the row. Whatever it says given, just that single column or row. Cool? Yeah. Of this question? Yeah. So, right. So it says given the neither more likely, less likely. They're saying given this row. So only the row. So this is my selected, but my total is now this guy. Yep. All right, cool. Keep cruising. So a man had, oh, this is not too bad. 9 shirts, 6 ties. Man, that sounds like me. Yeah. Who else is wearing ties anymore? Nobody. Oh, he does? Okay, that's cool. How many different ways can you do it? Actually, it's all going to be a lot less than this because, you have to match colors. You can't just go, wearing a weird color tie. But what would I do with the 6 and the 9? Exactly. Yeah. So technically there's 54 different ways, although some of them look a little weird. We might get to that soon. We haven't seen it yet. So first off, it's really First off, I'm going to say, is there order is important or not important kind of situation? And here it's just shirts and ties. I don't know. To me, it doesn't fit one of those paradigms. Yeah. Here, we got 3 digits followed by 5 uppercase letters. Okay, now hold on for a second. How many digits do we have? 10 digits total. But it says that the first and second must be odd. So how many odds do we have? 5. And then 5 again for another odds. Oh, whoa. Look at that little dude. Not allowed. So if I had 5 odds and I chose one, now I only have 4 odds left over. And then I chose 2 numbers. And so how many numbers do I have to pick from now? I had 10. Now it's 8. And now I'm going to start doing the uppercase letters. So how many letters do we have? 26, 25, 24, 23, yeah, 22, 21, and that's too much. It only wants that much. 5 letters. That's crazy. But now I'm looking at these numbers. I got 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 6. Yeah. Let's draw it. So 0 through 9 is 10. From the digit part. So yeah, the numbers exactly. No, you're good. So yeah, let's do digits and then we'll do the letters next. But let's just do the digits. So this is supposed to be odd, and this is supposed to be odd, and then this is just anything, right? That's left over. So I have my odds are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, right? So I have 5 of those dudes there. But then I choose one of them. So now I only have 4 odds left over. So far, so good? You good with that so far? Okay. And then it just says any number. Well, like, I already chose 2 of them. So, okay, let's just say I chose a 3. So then I got the 5, 7, 9, but I also have the 2, 4, 6, 8, and then I have a 0 technically as a digit. So how many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left over. Yeah? It's kind of weird that they're like odd numbers, and then all of a sudden those counted against your any numbers just because repetition's not allowed. Interesting. Yeah, it's not great. Go ahead. Right. So they're saying here. Let me draw it out a little bit better, and that is okay. This is exactly why we're here. You tell me, and we talk, man. I'm loving this. So yeah, let's just kind of zoom in on these guys. So we're talking odd, and we're talking odd, and we're talking any number that's left over at least. And so what do I have options with? 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And so I choose one of them. I had 5, I choose one of them. And so now I've got only 3, 5, 7, and 9. And so then I choose one of them. Again, I had 4 right there. Now I choose one of them. Well, this guy again was 1, 2, 3. Well, it had a 0 actually. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I chose the 1 already, and I chose the 3. Right? And so then, like, what's left over would be like 8 of them. Is that cool? There's 5 odd numbers, yeah, to start with. So yeah, let me start over. No, it's good. Yeah, 0. Yeah. Yes, exactly. What happened? Oh, the uppercase letters? Oh, that's the second half. We haven't done it yet. So then we have we have 5 letters. And so we got 26 to start with, right? Let me just write a 26 in there. A through Z? Yeah, A through Z basically. Yeah, A B C D F G Z. And then like I chose A, so now I only got 25. And then I chose a B, so I got 24. 23 and 22. Yep. And then I just multiply all those together. See, oh, I guess it's gone. So yeah, I had it there. 5, 4, 8, and then the 20. Yep, 24. Yeah. So like 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 6 in the front, and then 1, 2, 6 in the front. Cool. Yeah, yeah. These are copy paste. At least that's what I've been told. So if you look at this and you study it, this is the stuff you're looking at. You know what I mean? That's that's what I was told, but I mean, I'm gonna go and check it after the recording just to verify. Yeah, but like how that works in the other classes, and this works for the algebra classes, the pre-cal class even. So yeah, but your online's a tiny bit different, I guess. But anyways, the practice exams are made to mirror what the actual exam is, like the actual questions. And so if you go through it enough, because there's randomization still, but if you go through it enough, you'll see everything. That's the goal. That's what we're doing here. Yeah. And if it's not, I'll tell you here in a few minutes after we're done. But I'm highly confident that it was made and designed to be that way. Yes. Just like all of our other classes do the same thing. Um, well, yeah. The due date's this coming Friday. Yes. Like here in about 3 days ish. Yes. Because their Saturday is, it's they're not going to be here this Saturday. But yeah. Right. Well, the campus is closed anyways. So yeah. Good question. Okay, so we got balls, and we're picking 6 from the 6 balls are chosen from random without replacement, and so $1 bet places 6 different numbers. All numbers must match. Okay, so I got 6 different numbers, and they're labeled 1 through 35. So I start with 35, and then I pull one out. How many do I have left now? And then, yep, all the way down. Yep, and then I think 30, and then we're totally done. Multiply all the way across, and let's just see what happens. So this is not the probability, but this is definitely like how many chances we have. So 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, and then 30. And then what we're going to have to do is 1 over that, because if you go back, I'm going to kick this to the side. It says the probability of winning. And so I choose one of those combination things. Let's try it. Yeah, exactly. So I have a total right now. I changed the numbers. It's 28 total balls, and I'm choosing 5 of them because order's not important. And I go 1 over my answer, and there it is. We got it. Okay. So here's like the trick, I guess you could say. When we're getting to this point, and it starts saying that order doesn't matter, right? Or order does matter, or something like that. Now it's the NCR stuff. This is those moments where I have to start doing it. And start looking out for it. Okay, so that's the way they wanted to do that one. So let me do this one just to make sure that we're typing it correctly. So I got 33, and I'm going to do 5, and then here I'm going to do 1 over the 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 3, 6, or you can do the answer. Here we go. 4.21 times 10 to the power of negative 6. Okay, it works even with a dot. Go ahead. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's the yep. I checked it. This is a correct answer, the way they want it. Yep. So yeah, and so watch out for that scientific notation stuff. If you had chosen to type this in there, they will say wrong, but to heck, I'm going to give you points, right? Because that's just you're even more exact. So yeah. Okay, keep cruising. So I'm already thinking now that we're in the NCR and PR kind of situation. So we got grade appeal process, jury, 6 individuals from 9 students and 6 faculty. What's the probability of all students? Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so let's pull this up and start doing the math here on this one. Is order important in being selected for a jury? No. So, because you're all going to show up anyways. So what I choose for this one, I'm going to say this is my box method. I call it the box method, but there's a lot of ways you can think about it. But order's not important, so I'm using a C. And what I want is the students, the faculty, and then the total. So each one of these are like a little selected and a little total. So what's the total students? Just students. 9. And what's the total faculty? So then what's the grand total? 15. So those are my setups. I'm all set up and ready to go. Right, this time we're adding, just because it's like we're just adding up whatever numbers we got. So it says, what's the probability of all students? And they're saying they want to select 6. So all 6 are students. So how many faculty will we have is 0. Because again, I said all students. And again, how many did we select? When we add those up, what do we get? 6. I have to type all of that into Desmos. So give me a second. So NCR 96, NCR 60, and then 15.6. I'm going to write this down. I don't know if they're wanting decimals or not, but I want to try it. 5 decimals. Oh my goodness. 1, 6, 7, 8. No! I didn't want to click that. That was not cool. I wanted to check answer. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's fine. All right, let me start over. So I got 5, and I got 9, and I got 9. Oh man, that's dumb. I'm so sorry. Okay, draw. 9 and 9 makes an 18. Okay, and it says all students, and they're selecting 5. So I'm putting a 5 there. Okay. It's okay, we can recover this. Just me being silly by clicking the wrong button. Don't let me click it again. Thank you, the 18, yes. Okay. I just wanted to see if it was right. And so I'm going to show you what I would suggest here in just a second, how y'all can approach, like if you're getting it right or not. Because I don't think y'all have that button that I have. but 5 decimals, that would be a one more. Yeah, 0, 0, check. All right, we're good so far. Okay, so that's good. What you can do again, I've already said it, and I'll show it again. You can just submit, and it'll just show you all the answers. So that way you can just kind of work on it and know what you got already. Now it says a probability of all faculty. So then I would want 0 students, 5 faculty. That's all we're changing here. So 0 students, 5 faculty. And then I got 0, 1, 4, 7, 1. If I round it. Is this making sense? Now? Thank you. Yay, look, we got it. And then 2 students, 3 faculty. Of course, I'm just going to say 2 and 3. Is that good? Just excellent. Thank you. So yeah, when you have the jury thing, just set it up like that. You have a note card. You can kind of draw some kind of prototype of this, not with the numbers, but at least maybe with the C's. Like if you did something like this, then at least it's kind of like a reminder, of like, hey, that's what I was doing. Cool? I'm going to keep cruising here in a second. Oh, yeah, I'm fine with waiting. Definitely. Good? Keep cruising. Here we go. Yeah, what's up? Probably not. Well, I'm 15 out of 40. Yeah, I know, right? I'm hoping to get halfway done. I just want to make sure I cover it all. But, yeah. If we skipped around a little bit, for sure, if we wanted to. This one's very similar. Notice that we have the modems, and there's some that are defective and some that are not. So this is a very similar question. So order doesn't matter, again, for these modems. And 2 of them are defective. So let's do defective and then not defective. See you later. See ya. Thank you. All right. So we got 2 that are defective. And then they said a total of 18. So wouldn't that be 16 not defective? Okay, cool. And so then, change my color here. So you're randomly selecting 4 to test them. If all 4 work, you're good. So I want all 4 to work. So 4 non-defective. How many defective would I have? 0. And I add those up, of course, I only want 4. So putting those all in, let's go ahead and do it again. Oops. Okay. 2, 0, 16, 4, 18, 4, 5, 9, 4, 7, 7, 1, 2. On your blue book or just scrap paper, because I don't really care that much, you're writing a little bit down, yeah? Like whatever I write is kind of what you would be writing a little bit. Kind of like, you can then say, look, I did that. Okay. Yeah. Not required, of course. I'm still going to look it over and add points, but it just helps your case. You say, hey, Chad, I need more points. And I'm like, okay, let's look through your blue book more. I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. This is a multiple choice. So that's not too bad. It says determine whether the random is, discrete or continuous. So whole numbers? No. Or decimals, essentially. So they say free throw attempts, free throw attempts. Is that whole numbers or is that some kind of decimal? It's discrete. And I'm going to say just like whole numbers, 0, 1, 2, whole numbers. Right. Yes, exactly. Very good. Amount of rain? Is that always a whole number? Yeah, that's continuous. It could be some kind of decimal, right? Continuous and just, not a whole number kind of thingy. So there you go. So that's something you could write down on a note card, right? Discrete, whole number, continuous, decimal. Okay. Oh, another one. So if I got 2 of them, you're definitely getting 1 of them. Yeah. Free throws, whole number, discrete, ounces of weight. Now I know it says like, oh man, that's a 16-ounce, blah 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 blah, but it's not really, is it? like 15.8, 16.1. Yeah. So I'm going to say continuous and not whole numbers. Are we good with those? Is that okay? Okay, cool. Keep cruising then. Expected value. So whenever they say expected value, they mean the average, the mean. Um, life insurance. Oh, is this that one? Oh man, I remember this one, and it was unhappy for me. I'm saying unhappy. Unhappy is my word I would use. Okay, I remember what to do. It's just okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. When you see this problem, and like I remember this problem, and I remember it being unhappy. So like I'm just reminding myself what to do. I have to subtract these two numbers to get like a dollars for uh like getting it back, and I'm going to multiply it by something. And then I have the 28, the 280, and I'm supposed to like have a negative amount of that with the 999,544. So what I have to do here is 1 minus, and I just want to see if this works. And if it does, then I can talk more about it. But I really want to test my logic first, if that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find what is the subtraction of these guys, and I'm going to multiply it by the subtraction of those guys, and then I'm going to minus this thing from it, okay? So let me do it all at once and show you what I'm going to do. I think that this will work, I think. Uh-huh. Yeah, I would give full credit. Oh, of course. Yeah. I'm also looking for rounding issues. Like, what if you put just 207? What if you put 206? I mean, the point, yeah, 6-7, right? It's fine. So, like, it's not a big deal. Um, yeah, I'm looking for that kind of stuff. That's why you have a human grading it. Okay, cool. Yeah, what's up? I know my formula looks really weird, but like small dollars, big dollars, I guess. It was in the workbook. It was in the workbook. Yeah. I just want to see one more thing. Can I just like try something real quick? Insurance company expects this much. Was it within 1 year? You know, every time I've been doing this problem, it's always the same numbers. I don't know. It looks like it's gonna. It says it's gonna randomize. Yeah, yeah. This is what we did in class. I know. I know. All right. Next one. So we got a game of roulette. We got $7 bet on that's my probability of winning, and then we have this much additional that we gain. So okay, here's how it works to get the average. I'm going to say I'm going to lose $7. So that's a negative, and that's going to be 37 out of 38. But I'm going to gain $240, and that's the chances are really small. It's just 1 out of 38. That's what I'm thinking is going to be the formula. So that's a negative, that's a positive, and we mush them together. So let me see if I can get this to work. And again, if it works, I can go back and talk about it. And that was supposed to be a negative because that's like we're losing $7, or we gain $245, but very rarely. And notice that we have a negative here. I think that's okay. Expected value, I think it's a negative. So just kind of let's just see. And then I would put just that same number but positive. I'm halfway right. With a negative right here. Ooh. Okay. Player would expect to lose. Oh, I didn't read the whole thing. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, 30 it's 37, but because I got that decimal, I think I'd have to do that. Oh, come on. I'm just gonna do that whole thing times 1,000. Oh. 368. And it says to the nearest cent. 42. Wow, that is so picky. Well, this is the kind of stuff that I'm looking for, okay? Oh my goodness. So yeah, just times 1,000. Take whatever you had and just say times 1,000. Yes, you can. Yes. So $7 is what I'm losing. But I lose it very often. Right? 37 out of 38 times. I lose dollars. But every once in a while, rarely, 1 out of 38, we gain an additional, like a plus 245. And then that's what I'm just mushing together. I just mush them together, basically. And we're expecting to get a negative because you're supposed to lose money over time, essentially, so that the casino has money to make and stuff. Yep. Yep. Okay, yeah. And then times 1,000. That's the thing I just forgot about there. All right, cool. Where are we? We're on 21. We're past the halfway mark. Isn't that awesome? So, oh, this is the sneezing problem. I remember this problem being unfun. Okay. So, exactly 6 do not cover their mouth when sneezing. I'm gonna start multiplying. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna get rid of this, and we're gonna start doing some math here. Okay, here we go. 267. Oh, 67. So, and that's for one person, and now it says for 6 people. Oh, out of 16. You know what this is? It's close. It's binomial. We're finally in the binomial stuff. Yes, it is StatCrunch time. It is StatCrunch time. Where is my StatCrunch button? Yeah, I know, right? It just went and left. Okay, let me look for my StatCrunch somewhere else. I know we had... I'm just looking for my StatCrunch button, okay? What's up? Oh, okay. Oh, there was a StatCrunch button over here? There it is. Thank you. Okay, let's go back. Okay. Shrimp. Yep, this is binomial. The reason why I think it's binomial is because we got a selected from a total, and then we also have a probability. And again, if you think about this, it says like sneeze or not sneeze, or cover, not cover, binomial. So we're going to do stat calculator binomial. There it is. Yep. And let's start putting in some numbers. So my total was the 16, and I'm selecting exactly 6. Oh, that would be down there. Probability of 267, 6, exactly 6. You're right, because it would actually 4 decimals. I would count it, of course. Yep. So yeah, there we go. Exactly 6. It says, what's the probability of 16 fewer than 5? So that would be less than 5. But everything else is the same. Yeah, 5, you're right. And then would it be surprising if fewer than half? And so would that be 8? Less than 8 because we got 16 right there? I feel like it's going to be the other way. It's like going to be like this. I'm going to say yes, it would be, and I'm going to put this number in. I don't know if this is actually going to work. We're going to try it. Yeah, is okay. So let's try. Okay, I'm really close. I'm only missing like one thing here. Greater than? Oh, it is definitely less than. Yeah, it's like literally. I think it's just this number right here. That's wrong. Let me just. Yeah, it's just this number right here. Did I not put it in right? It said 4 decimals. 3, 9, 5, isn't it? Okay, I want to show complete. I want to see what's going on with that guy. Well, they're changing their numbers. 16. What would be the half? Wouldn't it be 8 as half of 16? Am I wrong there? There we go. They want a 9. So greater than or equal to 9. So what they're saying is less than the 8 and opposite of that? Yeah, that's a strange one. I'll be looking for some rounding issues. So this is something to write down and jot down. Sneezing problem. And I already told you it was unfun. Didn't I say that? I remember it. I remember this one being unfun. So when it says fewer than half, already I'm confused about how it's fewer than half is greater than 9. But I think they're wanting an opposite or something. Oh yeah, because it's do not cover versus they actually do cover. Okay, how about this then? I got an idea. Watch this. It's gonna work. This is just gonna be like silly as hey, but here we go. We're gonna do it. There it is. I got it. Look, guys, I got it. Woohoo! So notice that what I did, 1 minus, and then I can say less than the 8. That would be way better. Correct. So that's exactly. That's what I did not read. It's the do not cover to covered. Okay. So I want to tell you something. I know I'm being recorded right now. I'm just going to triple check on that for a second. Okay. Can I mute for a second? I'm just going to Just like little hints. Well, that was recorded. So it was recording my hints. So, and that's what we're doing here. We're doing hints. Of the stat crunch. Yes. I don't want to show completed anymore. Okay, so that was the sneezing problem. Back to this guy. Okay. So same kind of thing. We got a probability. We got a total. Like, is that it? All right, let's try it. I don't know. Are we talking millions here? Is everything in the millions? Because it says 100 million. Wouldn't it just be 100 then? Would I put it 100? Yeah, that would be crazy. And it says exactly 0. Let me try that out. So we got 1993. And I would say that is what are we going with here? It would be exactly 0 and approximately. But none of those numbers make sense because look, it's only 19. Am I just going crazy here? Okay, hold on for a second. One study showed airline we had this much and it was 100 million. But like okay, so we got 100. That doesn't make sense either. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it says exactly 0. Yeah, it says exactly 0, and I wanted 0. But why is it like per 100 million? That kind of throws me off. Next 100 million. Did I type something in wrong? I thought it would just be a 0, like 100. Fatal. I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna just show completed. I just want to see what's going on here. So, like, how did they get the 98 for all this stuff? Recent study showed rate of this much, which I put in, didn't I? Of accidents per 100 million. So that's 100, or is that 100 million? Probability next year in this, there would be 0 fatal. I mean, all I'm thinking is I'm gonna do 100 million. Like that's not making a lot of sense here. What are you doing here, guys? What do we do here? This is binomial, isn't it? Or is it something else? Is this not binomial? I thought it would be. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna just be straight up. I don't know. We're gonna have to look at that here in a few minutes. Yeah, what's up? No, this is supposed to be binomial. Yeah, it's either fatal or not fatal, right? All right, sure. I don't mind doing 1 minus. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this one. I don't know what's going on with this guy. You know what? I have an idea. I don't know if this is actually going to work. I'm going to try the Poisson calculator. And so, I still don't agree. I don't think this is going to work. But so the average, I would say, is going to be 100 million times this dude here. And we're going to say exact. This is why we have a practice exam, by the way. Look, the same thing. I'm going to have to look into that. Oh, just the 100? It's still not even. That's like 2% instead of like 20%. So something's still wrong. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna have to look into this one. What question is this? 23. I'm gonna have to look into number 23. Let me just see what number 24 says again, and then we're gonna I'm gonna have to stop this and talk about it. Okay. The hurricanes. This is definitely gonna be the Poisson for sure. At least I think so. It looks like it's going to be. So, okay, how about this? I have an idea. This is a nice stopping point. I'm going to stop the recording, and then I want to talk for a second. Is that cool? All right, cool. Stop the